In this video, I will go through how you publish news on the Humana Portugal website. All the news articles are identical. They have a big image at the top, they have a title, and they have something called an excerpto, that is like a tagline, the important summary or whatever you put up there. And then you have the main body of the article. At the bottom, you have the social shares and a link to send the article as a mail. So those are the components of a news article. I will now head to the back, and before we are going to put the news in, I want to tell very shortly about the template for the news. You find that if you go into DV followed by the theme builder. It's good not to change a lot in here, because what you change here will take effect on everything on the website. But the only thing I wanted to show, so it makes sense, is that for all the articles, there is a specific template. So if I open the template builder for the article, it will show me very clearly that the template starts here at the top to show in the background the featured image. Whatever you put as the featured image in this article will be showed here at the top. Then I scroll down, and here you have the title. So in here, whatever you put as the title in the blog automatically will show here, because it's a title a row, is a title plugin. Over here, whatever you write in the post excerpt field will be showed here. Then this is the main area for the article, and whatever you type in here, it will then show the post content settings. All this is only information. You don't have to think about this on a daily basis. But why I want to show it is, if you at some point want to change the layout for the news articles, it's very simple, because we can change it in here, and then it will change for all articles within your news section. So it's just for you to know you have the option to change the layout. If you don't like the big picture, if you don't like this way of setting it up, we can change the layout in here. Okay, that's all I wanted to explain in here. So now let's put a news article. So you go to Artigos, and you are ready to create a new one. All right, so I have prepared an article here. I've gone through the 3 elements and then the main picture. And the main picture size is 1600 times 1000, and the picture for social media is, that's wrong, 1200 times 630. So these are the 2 dimensions you should prepare for any article. You don't have to make this, as you can just share the big one. However, Facebook, they will crop it to this size. So if you have text on your image, or if it has a totally different proportion, Facebook or Twitter might crop the image to something not very nice. So for that reason, it's always good to prepare it. And then we have to do the social media share, and then we have to publish it. So these are the steps. Here I have an article. I have a title, so I will copy the title in here. Then I have the excerpto. I will copy this one. Just see that it took it all. Yeah. Copy this. And the excerpto you find below the article here. So this is the headline. And the reason why it's made like this is because then we can use the template to satisfy the layout that you wanted. So this is the way to achieve that without having to think about the layout every time you make an article. So what we're missing now is the main body. I have that down here. Okay, so I paste my main body in here. This is the link to the app. So I'll put a link in here. I will ask it to open in a new tab. I will make this black, move it a little bit up. Then you have the whole news here. Can't remember now if this was a subtitle, but again, you can use any standard within this to make the subtitles if it was. If this is incorrect, that is not the title, we can just go in and do it afterwards. Okay, so I put the body, all the text are in. Then I have to put which category this is in, and this is, for example, in the category for shops. Then I'm missing to put the main image. It's called Imagine de Stack. That is the featured image. So I put it in here. I will upload. There was already one, so I will just do it again. Shops, apps, and I have two images I want to upload. So that's the one for the featured image, 1600 times 1000. It's there. And basically now the article has been done. The date of this article we can also correct. We start by publish it, and if I remember correct, this was the 4th of August. So I can editar the date, and I can just say 04 and actualizar. Then it will be backdated, and it asks to change the URL, because if that message comes, you just say okay. All right, so what happens now when we go to the website? We go down, and here we see the news. You click on it, and you have the big image at the top. A little bit bad quality because I got it quite small. You have the title, you have the excerto, you have the article, and you have the link. Already, the only thing we're missing is to have control over how Facebook and Twitter will see it. Okay? To do this, I go back to my article, and we have below the article, we have two tools that this can be done. We recommend using the Yoast CEO Premium plugin. This down here we are using for the share buttons down here, but the tool for customizing how it shows is easier up here. So I will extend this, and I will go to, this will show how it will look on Google, for example. So here you can edit this if you wanted to change the title. You can remove some of these blocks. You can change the metadata down here. You can do all this Google stuff in this panel. But then I click on Redes Social, and I have Facebook and Twitter. So on Facebook, it asks me, put in an image, how you want it to appear. I have already prepared it, and that is the 1200 times 628. So I do selection now, show correctly. Then if I want to change the title instead of the default, let me find this article. You can take this title and you can put it in here. And then it will take away, for example, whatever was behind there. But now you have customized it. If you need a description, it's always good to put something in, because if not, Facebook will just random put something else in. Uh, um, so for example, let's put this. Then now you have customized how Facebook should see this one. I'll now go on to do the Twitter. Same thing. Twitter automatically finds the same picture, or I think actually here it has taken it. Let me see. It might have taken the same, but for just to make sure, I'm just going to select it again here. And then this is what it also takes automatically. And I think if I am happy with that, I just leave it, but you can also give it a different title and a different description here. I'm not sure we can see how it looks like afterwards if you need to fill out this again, but for now, let's just not do it and assume Twitter is taking all the information from the Facebook. So now I will do actualizar. Okay, so how can you check how it's going to look like? Well, if I now if I take the URL from this news, there are some tools for Twitter and there are some tools for Facebook where you can make the Twitter card or check the Twitter card, and if you don't like it, you can change it on your website and go back and ask Twitter or Facebook to update it. So let's check it now. So I go to the card validator, I put in my URL, and I say preview card. This is how it will be looking. It will look at the moment. If you're not happy with this or this, you have to go back and change it under Redes Social and the Twitter. And as I understand it, well, see if it takes it correct. Yeah, this has not been updated, obviously. So it is maybe because I do need to fill in down here as well. Let me quickly do that. Let's say you just want to put this one. So I put that in here. Then it should show up like that. Then I need a title. I put that here. And let's try to save. And if you make changes, you have to go here to tell Twitter that you have done changes. If not, it will show the old ad that Twitter has stored. So now I click this again to do another preview. Try to do that twice. And there I did it one more time, and there it came. There might sometimes be, if you do the changes, you might have to wait a minute or two before you check it. So if you are happy with this, you leave it. Then I go to the Facebook validator. Again, I take the URL, I go to my Facebook validator, and I say debug. It will now say that it has never been shared before, so fetch the new information. Takes a little bit of time, and then it shows it here how it's going to display on Facebook. So these two steps is not 100% necessary, but if you change something, then you have to, because normally if nobody has shared it before, Facebook and Twitter will do this process in the background and store this information for the next person that is going to share it. So this is just to show you how you can check it, manipulate it until you are happy. And the links you can see here. And for Facebook, I will paste it into you in the article anyway. So that's how you do everything. So now I am happy. Everything has been done. The customer go to the website, scroll down, they see the news, click on it, read it, and they can use the share buttons and it will show up as you have said that it should. When you click on Twitter, sometimes you don't see the picture here, but if you have put it up correctly, it should show. So already here, the customer visiting know how it looks like and they can retweet it. So that's how you work with the news. And of course, at any time, you can go back. You can go into the articles, open the news, and you can do changes to the article just like you would before. You can also insert extra pictures or video into the text here, just like you do in normal WordPress. Okay, so that's basically how you use the news. Give it a try and let me know if you have any problem.